prosecutors refused to drop the case against Adams over partisan reasons. They're Federalist Society lawyers, people that have served the military. They clerked for conservative Supreme Court justices. Do you buy that as an argument that they refuse to drop over partisan reasons?
I mean, I don't know why they refuse to drop, but I do have some issues with the allegations of a quid quo pro. I mean, prosecutors all the time will say, well, if you testify against this person, we'll drop the charges or lessen the charges. Or if you give up this bigger named person, we'll drop the charges or we'll lessen the charges. That happens all across this country in courtrooms across America. And I'm sure millions of Americans out there probably have experience with this. With that said, some of the allegations against Adams, taking trips, maybe that's an ethical violation. Doesn't mean that the mayor should have potentially faced years in prison. I don't necessarily think so. And if I'm being honest, Boris, there are politicians across this country who do a lot of very corrupt things. They just don't happen to look like the mayor of New York City. And a lot of those things are swept under the rug.
No, it ain't because he's black. It's because he's corrupt. He's already got...
What are you basing that on?
He has
Have you seen evidence?
Yes,
I
actually
What evidence? Tell the American people what evidence. There hasn't been a jury yet.
Keep talking.
You interrupted me, but go ahead, Karen.
Look, a couple of things.
Sure.
A number of people within his administration have already been convicted. And let's just pull back and remember that this is a man who is already on the ropes and he's a former Republican, unpopular in the city for a number of things. So he's already was facing a tough reelection. And in the documentation, I believe in the letters, it says he showed up and said, hey, you do this for me, I could do this for you, on top of the quid pro quo allegations around the ways in which he was engaging with the Turkish government and the ways in which he actually made New Yorkers less safe because over a building where the Turkish government wanted a relaxing of the rules and regulations with the fire department, and they asked the mayor to help him out. And the mayor got lots of fancy trips and lots of upgrades that were very suspicious. No. There was a very long trail. So just politically, I think we should remember this is a mayor very entrenched in New York politics who is already in trouble. So it's not surprising that he would then show up and try to cut a deal.
Be as that may, we don't have any proof that this man is corrupt. That's an allegation. That's an innuendo. Based upon your opinion. It is based upon your opinion. What evidence have you seen?
Isn't that, though,
are you part of a jury?
Isn't that for a jury to decide?
Correct. It is for a jury to decide, but a prosecutor can also decide to dismiss a case if they want to.
If they believe that they don't have enough evidence. We didn't see DOJ come out and say that the reason that they're dropping this case is because of the evidence. They came out and said he can help us with immigration policy. You made the point that often prosecutors will drop charges if somebody flips. In the advent of another criminal prosecution, this isn't for another criminal prosecution. This is over changing the rules in a sanctuary city.
I disagree with that. It is to the benefit of the United States government. And United States prosecutors, again, all the time, if you service the government, will dismiss or lessen a charge. How is this any different?
It's not for a criminal prosecution. It's bettering the government.
It doesn't have to be for a criminal prosecution. That's at the discretion of the prosecutors.
Well, let's put it this way. These career conservative lawyers were so appalled at what they were being asked to do, they endangered their careers because this is a MAGA GOP right now, and decided to stand on principle, 7 people, and quit. So you can be in fantasy land all you want, brother.
Fantasy land? What fantasy land am I in? Please tell me.
Please tell me. I don't know why they would have quit. Well, they were...
When did I ever say that? I haven't even mentioned the prosecutors who quit.
You did.
I could care less about them quitting if you want to know my honest opinion about it.
The first question was, why do you think they quit?
I said I don't know. That's what I said.
Okay. You said I don't. Okay.
Yeah, let's get the language correct, Karen.
Do you think Kathy Hochul should remove Adams as mayor?
So I think the pressure is mounting on her. There's another process by which they could remove Adams, and that would involve some of the other citywide officials. But pressure's mounting on her. The pressure has been mounting, frankly, since the case was first brought. I suspect by the end of the weekend, either there will be a city process in place which involves the city comptroller and others, or the governor will be facing calls to remove him because, again, he has been on the ropes for a long time. There's a lot of shady stuff that's been going on. I know a number of people who work at City Hall. So I'll just leave it
Boris,
at that.
There's an election coming up. Karen brought this up. Allow the people of New York to decide if they want to reelect this man or choose someone else. Why should the governor get involved? And I'm actually a bit surprised that Democrats are saying anything about this when Joe Biden pardoned his son, a bunch of members of his family. Where were calls about constitutional crisis or this being appalling? Democrats said absolutely nothing. Secondarily, I'm also surprised again, and Karen, I know you want to say this isn't about race, but how many other politicians who are not black, and Eric Adams is more of my complexion than yours, do a lot of corrupt BS, and no one ever lifts the rug to question what they're doing. But here's this black man, the most powerful mayor in this country, and all of a sudden we want to look at some trips? Give me a freaking break.
Well, it was a lot more than trips. It was